Welcome, everyone, to the SERL Hot Wheels Cup Series Season 2, Race 25 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we have a crowd that is about 131,000 fans ready to witness what could be a very historical race and possibly one of the most exciting races of the season. Why do I say this? Well, when it comes to in terms of one of the most exciting races of the season, possibly, I think that's because look at the races a season ago, look at the races we've seen so far this weekend. In the truck race, we had a total of 8 different leaders, one of the most of the season across all 3 series, and in the American Ethanol series, we had a total of 5 different leaders. And why do we see so many different lead changes? Well, it's because we have this pack racing. Pack racing out of Las Vegas is, I think, something that not too many fans expect, but it can happen with these cars. And I think that we will see a very similar thing today. And I think also that could really open the door for a surprise out of nowhere winner. And I think that also it creates for a lot of calamity. Watch both races this weekend. We have seen a lot of calamity, and this calamity could really ruin a lot of drivers' days, and more specifically, it could affect the championship battle, which is why I think this is one of the most historical races. And why do I also say that? Well, this is the second to last race of the season. To me, this is going to be the race where I think the championship is won or lost. And here is a rundown uh, of the remaining drivers that have a chance to win the championship. Mathematically, and when I say mathematically, I'm referring to more of top drivers that are within a full race, 42 points. Bubba Buchanan is the points leader. He regained the points lead with a top 5 last week at Silverstone. Ariana Parks, she had a bad day, got involved in a wreck, was able to finish the race, but it was outside the top 30. The 22 of Cody Hagan. Last week, I think I said that he's not going to do it. Well, he certainly proved me wrong. I survived everything and got top 5. But he's a total of 22 points behind. Ariane Parks is only 4 points behind. Abe Troxel, these past 2 weeks have just not gone in his favor, and I think he's really going to need a good run today. And actually, and oh, I'm sorry, I messed up right there. I made a mistake. Him and Carson Sinclair are actually tied for 4 points. And the last driver that is within a full race, how about this? Our defending series champion, Andrew Brandon. I have said the past couple weeks about how he's really made a comeback. Well, it's actually been an even greater comeback than what I initially thought. If he can have a really good day today, and if the other driver struggle, we could be talking about him next week as a driver that could possibly win back-to-back championships. And the other drivers that have a mathematical shot but are outside the full race, and I think are definitely going to need a great run and also a little bit of luck on their side: Luke Walker, Isaac Nichols, Torin Deere, Austin Kennedy, Nick Smith, and Lisa Gonzalez. Everyone else in the point stands is mathematically eliminated, and overall, this is going to get interesting. And I think that in both races we've seen so far this weekend, we've seen a different outcome. In the truck race, entering that race, after that race was over, more contenders joined the party, and the truck series race, I think we are definitely going to have one interesting battle. In the American Ethanol Series race, we had this big battle, but then it got shortened down to just only a few cars, and so I think that we could see either or in this race. But it's just gonna get interesting to see, who's gonna survive, who's gonna be a threat to watch for this race, and who's gonna be our championship contenders heading towards next week at Armory Digital Super Speedway, where the racing there should be a lot like we see. It should be a lot like what we're gonna see today at Las Vegas. Anyway, now let's get these cars rolling off. Okay, so here is the starting lineup. So on the pole, Isaac Nichols becomes the 23rd different pole winner in 25 races. Alongside him, William Bedford, Frankie Reed, Kevin Saunders, Charles Billion, Eric Almahar, Andrew Gorman, Justin Columbus, Blaine Keys, Abe Troxel. That rounds off the top 10. The points leader, Bubba Buchanan, he starts 12. Ariane Parks, second place in points, starts 18th. Car Sinclair, who was the points leader a couple races ago, starts 21st. Cody Hagan, he starts in the back. A Troxel starts in the 4th place position. Andrew Brand, I think, also starts midfield. Actually, no, he starts 15th. And anyway, so this is just going to simply be interesting to see what kind of race are we going to have. Is it going to be a wild wreck race, or is it going to be a little bit more of a calmer race? But anyway, coming out of turn number 4, in front of this really great crowd of, like I said in the pre-show, about 131,000 people, pace car ducks down pit road, and here we go. Isaac Nichols and William Bedford lead us to the green flag, and we are green at Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas, everyone! Isaac Nichols gets a great start, and he's just gonna pull away. But here comes Frankie Reed on the bottom. Look at Charles Belling trying to make it 3 wide. And here we go, our first lead change of the day, and we're not even on the back stretch. Frankie Reed will take it. Oh, and behind them, we heard scraping. Oh, he gets a huge pileup. Lisa Gonzalez, Cliff Buchanan, Cody Hagan. Third place in points got some damage in this. Club Crafton is sideways. Okay, the field is really in a huge mess. Car Sinclair has damage. Andrew Brandt! Andrew Brandt in the number 10 receives some damage, and looks like that he will be out of the race. Already some huge championship implications. But let's just see. Ariane Parks, it looks like that she was able to get through this, and Bubba Buchanan did as well. And so already we didn't even make it. We didn't even make it the first green flag lap, and we already have a few of our championship contenders that might have just lost the championship. Anyway, now let's get instant replay as Frankie Reed will lead all of these caution laps. Kendall Minor got into Connor Breeden, and the two of them hooked together down into Andrew Brandt, and Andrew Brandt is just gonna take a hard impact into the outside wall. But look at this behind them. We see Johnny Mills sideways, last week's winner. But anyway, look at this. Andrew Brandt hard into the outside wall. Kendall Minor gets damaged. Torrendino gets hooked. And right here, Connor Sinclair, he tries to avoid, but just has nowhere to go. Look at Ariane Parks on the outside, just sort of driving his way through this. Club Crafton came up right in front of Matt Hoshkis and Daniel Boyles, Onu Balvin, and Aiden Saunders did a nice job to avoid this along with LJ Mills. But anyway, you saw that accident behind him. That was a separate incident. And when I look at this, I think it was Luke. I think it was Johnny Mills and Luke Walker. Yes, it was. Johnny Mills and Luke Walker's hooked together down into Cody Hagan, and those two go sideways. Clint Buchanan has nowhere to go. Lisa Gonzalez has nowhere to go. And right here, this is where this crash just simply gets nasty. Peter Saviano goes sideways. And actually for the most part, a lot of these drivers right here, like Jim Kelly, Jim Kelly, Jacob Reed, they all did a nice job to avoid all of this. And anyway, now let's go on board some drivers. On a day where drivers like Torn Dieter, Luke Walker, Lisa Gonzalez all needed to get a really great finish and hope that something bad happens to the drivers having points. Getting involved in this crash, I think, is going to eliminate any possible chance of them winning this championship for sure. One season ago at this track, Andrew Brandt, I believe, dominated the race and won, and I felt like that race really helped him win the championship. And the last thing I really have to say is it was a good run and a great comeback. One driver that is happy to see all of this, Bubba Buchanan, and the same goes for Abe Troxell, who was actually just in front of him. For a moment, you might have thought that Matt Hoshkis was going to get through this, and I'm sure he thought that, but then all of a sudden, it just didn't happen. He just had nowhere to go. You never know. Some of these drivers that started way in the back and were able to avoid all this huge mess, it could possibly be a winning move. That is, if they're able to get to the front and then stay there. I don't remember much of this race one season ago, but I believe Jim Kelly got caught up in a big one, and so far he avoided it, but we still have a long way to go. I think Cody Hagan will be able to continue on in this race, but I think now he's really going to have to hope that drivers like Ariane Parks and Bubba Buchanan really struggle, because I think he's going to be a slower lap traffic and thus not be able to make up any spots. After all of that, Cliff Buchanan, Club Crafton, Andrew Brandt, and Connor Brandt are the only drivers that will finish behind the garage. But the thing is, we still have a long way left to go. And one thing that I'm kind of surprised that we didn't see and haven't seen so far this weekend is lapped cars restarting on the inside. Um, especially since the season, we've seen a lot of lapped cars restarting on the inside after wrecks like that, but it just hasn't happened yet. Kind of interesting, if you ask me. But anyway, here we go. Here we go. Now let's see if we can go lap green flag. Here we go. Frankie Reed leads us back to the green flag, but here comes Isaac Nichols peeking inside. Eric Almahart is now in 30. Here comes Isaac Nichols to the inside. Can the pole center finally lead a lap? Andrew Gorman now down to the inside. And here comes William Beffert, a driver that has yet to win this season. Whoa, I think Justin Columbus and Kevin Saunders almost hooked together. And one thing that also is going to help Abe Troxa and Bubba Buchanan is that because they're able to avoid that caution, because they're able to avoid that wreck or not have to worry about the wreck, and the fact that it came out so early, it actually prevented them from actually losing a lot of positions, and now they have, and now they can now choose, and now it's easier for them to go to the bottom and now make up spots. But anyway, look at this, 3 wide right here for second place. Better watch out. Andrew Gorman stuck in the middle. The middle is always, it seems to be a pretty scary place to be at this track. But anyway, so here we go. 3 wide into turn number 1. Who's gonna make the risky move? So far, no one, by the looks of it. And up front is still Isaac Nichols. Whoa, watch out. Eric Almahart, Frankie Reed, whoa. Oh, there we go, behind them! There we go! Bang Falls, Bubba Buchanan! Bubba Buchanan, Eric Almahart, Daniel Boyles, Charles Belling, and more. Oh, Jim Kelly, Matt Hotchkiss, Blaine Keys, oh my goodness! I see Cody Hagan, Lisa Gonzalez, okay, yeah, she's definitely out. But Bubba Buchanan did get involved in this wreck, and he is the points leader. Where's by the way, where's Ariane Parks? I've yet to see her. Oh, there she is. She is still, she was running it. Okay, so I think it'll be different next time around, but the thing is, it looks like she is outside the top 15, and I think this crash might actually be her lucky break, because now because now she's gonna restart closer to the front. But anyway, Isaac Nichols was able to, him and Frankie Reed have been the only 2 leaders, and I just had a feeling that with them being 3 wide for that long, it was going to end badly, and it did. Now let's take an instant replay. We all saw that they were 3 wide and how they were like this for, I believe, almost a couple laps. And I'm honestly kind of surprised that this didn't happen in turns 1 2, because the thing is, I had a feeling it was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen in turns 3 and 4. Anyway, what happened here is that Eric Almahart, he was just below Frankie Reed, and the 2 of them hooked together, and right here, and then right down in front of not in front of, right down next to Bubba Buchanan. Bubba Buchanan actually gets airborne, and then the two of them go sideways, and right here, at this highest speed, they wash up right in front of the racetrack, right in front of Daniel Boyles, in front of Riley Smith. Eric Almahart did get a piece of it, and right here, as we go to the spectator camera, we're just gonna see these drivers just continue to basically just pile it in. Jim Kelly, Matt Hotchkiss, Carter Sinclair got a piece of it. So did Elgin Mills. Torn Deere had nowhere to go. Luke Walker got damaged. Lisa Gonzalez got damaged. Cody Hagan got damaged. That might end his day. Johnny Mills, last week's winner, and Kendall Minor. And so overall, I think at this crash, I think that we're definitely going to have a lot of DNFs after this wreck. And overall, when I look at the championship contenders, Bubba Buchanan in his day could be over. Cody Hagan's day might be over, and the same could be said for maybe Carter Sinclair. And so now when I look at it, it might just come. We could be talking about next week as a battle between Ariana Parks and Abe Troxell, who are the only two drivers left that have not received any damage. I keep wondering when Frankie Reed is going to get the victory lane because he's come close on a couple of occasions, and it looked like that they was going to be someone that they would have to watch out for today, obviously being very strong early. But the thing is, once it got past, it all went downhill from there. It got himself in this kind of position, and it looks like that. Yeah, he's definitely not going to win. But if there's anyone that he's going to be mad at, it's going to be Eric Almahart. Abe Troxell had a front row seat of how this melee started, and if he does win the championship, I think he will look back on this moment as what helped him. I think when this race is over, we're going to have a lot of drivers that are going to be angry at drivers like Kendall Minor, Johnny Mills, Cody Hagan, Lisa Gonzalez, etc. because they had all this time to slow down, and they didn't slow down at all. And I think it caused not only more drivers to get involved in this, but I think more drivers that are going to DNF. I'm starting to wonder if the SERL uses ARCA brakes. A hole just opened up in time for drivers like Nick Smith. Riley Smith's unfortunate luck continues. Just had nowhere to go. But the hits aren't done yet. Not as many DNFs as I thought there would be. Matt Hotchkiss, Luke Walker, Torn Dieter, Daniel Boyles, and Lisa Gonzalez all go behind the wall, and they will stay there for the remainder of the race. The last driver on the lead lap, Jim Kelly, and every driver that's still on the racetrack is on the lead lap. And so when I look at it right now, I think that we're definitely going to have a lot more slower traffic. And now, as the pace car pulls down pit road, I think now things are going to start simmering down, and I think now we're going to start having a long green flag run. Anyway, here we go. The green flag is back out. Isaac Nichols leads, and here comes Justin Talampus looking inside. Right behind Justin Talampus is Dean Orton, and Dean Orton has yet to win this season, but has come close. And look at this. He's going to push Justin Talampus to the lead. Now is he going to try to go for the lead this time? Looking inside, and he has Kevin Saunders behind him. And so here we go. I think Dean Orton will be able to lead this lap. And it looks like now not as much 2 and 3 wide as we saw in the past. But anyway, right now, where all the action is currently up front. Isaac Nichols, Justin Columbus, they actually almost hooked each other. But anyways, so now look at this, Abe Troxel. He's marching towards the front. If Abe Troxel can get a really good finish with where Ariana Parks and Bubba Buchanan are currently running, which is outside the top 10 or 15, I think Abe Troxel could really set himself up very well to win, to have a great shot of winning this championship next weekend at Armory Digital Super Speedway. But anyway, Dean Orr now leads, and looks like to me, this is very similar. Do we have a wreck? Yes, we did. Oh, there we go. Another wreck. Alright. Andrew Gorman, Blaine Keys. Bubba Buchanan got a piece of it. And his car is smoking. Bubba Buchanan. It looks like his day will be over. And look at this. Ariana Parks. She also got some damage in this crash. Ooh. That's not good as well. Nick Smith involved. And now... And now this field is gonna have another shot at Dean Orr. So it looks like that my prediction of a longer flag run, it didn't come true. But let's take a look and see what happened. At this rate, we're not gonna have anyone left. But what happened was that running just outside the top 5, Justin Lopez and Andrew Gorman hooked together down into William Bedford, and then from here on, they make a little contact right here. And I think right here, that's what they go around. Ryan Private, O'Neill Balvin, Eric Almahar, Justin Lopez all have nowhere to go. And actually, Andrew Gorman actually goes upside down, and we're gonna show a better angle of that. Look at that right there. You can see Ariana Parks get damage. Blaine Keys also gets involved. Nick Smith, that's where he gets his damage. And right here, look at Bubba Buchanan come through. Hits Blaine Keys, and I don't think anyone else actually hits him. But now let's take a closer view at Andrew Gorman. Let's look at Andrew Gorman from the helicopter live. So right there, that's where Ariana Parks and Dale Scott get their damage. That's where Nick Smith gets his damage. Johnny Mills actually escaped Andrew Gorman. I did not notice that at all. But anyway, there weren't any wrecks up here, but there almost was. And now let's go on board let's go on board even more drivers. At this rate, we're just gonna have drivers that got great finishes just because they were able to avoid everything, even though they were not like top 5, top 10 cars. And I think LJ Mills could be one of those drivers. I think Bubba Buchanan's day today is a good example about how you can't always predict and say this will happen, because after the first wreck, I thought Bubba Buchanan he was actually going to take things home, and then we had a crash, and then he was able to survive it, and I thought, okay, looks like his chances are not as likely. And now after this crash, I don't think he's actually going to win the championship. It really shows how days can go from really good to really sour. And the thing is, he did a good job at avoiding everything up until there. Dale Scott had a windshield full of Andrew Gorman. Before this wreck happened, I thought this could have been a good day for Justin Talampas, because the racing that we see today at Las Vegas is a lot similar to what we saw at Talladega a few weeks ago. And Justin Talampas won that race, leading every single lap, but it's not going to happen. I believe at the midway point of the season, Andrew Gorman was one of the several drivers that was actually in the championship picture, and when I look at it, I kind of can't believe the downfall that he's had, and it's got to be miserable for him, especially after his wild ride, especially since he can see the leaders in sight, and how he was kind of this close to winning a race, possibly. That list of drivers that have DNF'd just got a lot more bigger. So here is the list from the first crash to the most recent crash. It's now we only have 25 drivers on the racetrack, but I think that out of these I think out of these 25 drivers, there might possibly be only maybe like 10 or yeah, maybe about 10 drivers left that could possibly keep up with speed with the leaders and win this race. And I do think that at some point we will get a we will get a longer thug run. I just don't exactly know when at this point. Especially since we've had 3 cautions come out just only like a few laps after a start or a restart. Anyway, Dean Orrin, wow, he just pulls away. And right here on the bottom, I am seeing Abe Troxel once again making more spots. Can Abe Troxel be a threat to win this race? He's got to be thinking thinking that even though he's up front, he's got to avoid the trouble. And one driver that I honestly thought was done is now and look at this, Car Sinclair now inside the top 10. But anyway, it looks like at the field is starting to spread out a lot more. Whoa, 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 Garrettson North. Okay, I thought another wreck was gonna happen, but actually it looks like that we are possibly not done wrecking yet. I think that if we're able to get like a green flag run that lasts longer than I don't know, like 5 laps or so, then I actually think we actually have a big chance of going green the rest of the way. Anyway, Kevin Saunders, Isaac Nichols doing a little bit of drafting, trying to do whatever they can to catch up to Dean Orrin. And Dean Orrin, he's just pulling away. Let's actually. Okay, so it was about a 2.5 tenths-second lead over second place. Behind them, a little 3-wide action between Garrettson North, Alan Souza, Pierce Aviano. Whoa, watch out. It looks like okay. Dean Orrin, he was actually able to make the gap even bigger, and what's going to help him is that if these drivers could continue to race side by side for second or third place. Anyway, here we go. A battle continues. Elgin Mills now goes to the bottom, and see that's how you make a pass in the corners. You don't make a pass in the corners, but by just hanging behind a driver on the left rear quarter panel. You have to actually go to the bottom and actually make a pass. But anyway, the gap did close in a little bit, and now look at this. Abe Troxel is going to gain another spot, getting by Aiden Saunders. And Aiden Saunders, wow, Aiden Saunders, he's been able to avoid everything, and that's why he's up in second place. Dean Orrin remains our leader. And Aiden Saunders was actually able to close in the gap once again. I think if these two can work together, we could have another battle for the lead. We've had a total of I think 3 different leaders: Frankie Reed, Isaac Nichols, and Dean Orrin. Will we have more? We are certainly capable of so. And it looks like at this rate, if we're gonna have a winner, it's gonna be one of these 6 drivers, the top 6. Once again, the gap closes just a little bit. Now Abe Troxel, he now has pressure from Kevin Saunders. Here comes Abe Troxel to the inside. Once again, has no help. Aiden Saunders is going to be able to block him. No, actually, he can't. This should allow for Dean Orrin to just pull away. Oh, and actually, look at this. We actually have lap traffic. If we stay green for maybe another another like few laps, Dean Orrin will actually catch Jim Kelly. And maybe that's why these drivers are possibly hanging back. It could help them avoid a possible wreck. And I don't think Jim Kelly is the only driver to worry about. Even though he's really off the pace, but a couple seconds off of Dean Orrin's pace. If we go green the rest of the way, I think we will catch more drivers. Anyway, Dean Orrin, he now has a 0.3 of a second lead. Why is that? Well, like I said earlier, the more these drivers go side by side and battle each other, the easier it is for Dean Orrin to just pull away. Yeah, this last time by Jim Kelly, yeah, he was just a little over 3 seconds off of Dean Orrin's pace. So yeah, I think Dean Orrin will definitely catch Jim Kelly. Now are we gonna see a little bit of the teamwork to try to catch Dean Orrin? It doesn't look like it. Here comes Isaac Nichols battling for second. And now he has Ian Saunders behind him. And Abe Troxel, he's actually starting to fall back a little bit. He's not going to fall outside the top 10 to his teammate Cameron Gallatin in the number 6 driver that is also get to win the season. And look at this, Jim Kelly, right behind him. You can see Dean Orton. Now, which way is Dean Orton going to go? He closes it in behind him. He goes to the outside. Here comes Ian Saunders. Isaac Nichols. Oh no, this is bad. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Kevin Saunders. I think Abe Troxel and Cameron Gallatin actually hooked each other, and oh my goodness, Isaac Nichols. Oh yeah, he's in a really bad position. Anyway, here we go. That Jim Kelly really cost Dean Orton his lead, and now not Kevin Saunders. Ian Saunders is right there. Can Ian Saunders get a second career victory? Anyway, Isaac Nichols has still yet to pass Jim Kelly. Here comes Biff Crafton. It looks like Dean Orton is starting to pull away just a little bit. The two Joe Gibbs teammates, they're going to have to work together, I think. To me, that's possibly the only way I see them catching it and then passing Dean Orton. I think they're going to have to work together, but will they work together? I think Kevin Saunders wants to win a race, and I think the same goes for Ian Saunders. Anyway, the next the next lap traffic. I don't know. Let's see. Jim Kelly was off the pace indeed. But what about anyone else? There's Cody Hagan. Here's Dean Orton. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, but to me, I think if Dean Orton is going to lose this race, he might possibly lose it based on lap traffic. Anyway, here comes Kevin Saunders to the inside, or never mind, he's not looking inside, but he is peeking to the inside of his teammate Ian Saunders. Abe Troxel trying to get back up to the front. The way things are right now, when I look at it, Abe Troxel, in order for Abe Troxel to take away the points lead, he needs to finish more than 22 spots. And currently, right now, the way things are, I think he would tie Buchanan. And Ariana Parks, all she needs to do is just finish more than 4 spots. So I think Ariana Parks, she could be our points leader. And in order for Abe Troxel to take away the points lead from I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong driver. Abe Troxel, I don't think he's going to be able to take away this points lead, but to me, he will be a lot more closer. He's really going to be able to close in the gap. And it looks like here comes Cody Hagan. Here's Dean Orton. Oh yeah, and the thing is, Cody Hagan isn't the only driver. Look at this. We have Austin Kennedy, we have Johnny Mills, we have Kendall Minor. These 4 drivers, I think it really could shake things up. Anyway, Abe Troxel on the bumper of Kevin Saunders, looking to go up to the front. If Abe Troxel can pass Kevin Saunders, that's going to be 1 point closer to Bubba Buchanan and Ariana Parks. And if Abe Troxel is able to win this race, that's going to be a couple more. That's going to be a couple more bonus points. Anyway, here we go. Here's Cody Hagan. In front of him, established a battle between, I think, Austin Kennedy and Johnny Mills. And now look at this, Elder Mills. He's now starting to get in on the fun. But anyway, Johnny Mills and Cody Hagan side by side. Yes, Dean Orton will catch them, possibly after this corner. Here he goes. Can he get by Johnny Mills? The answer is yes. But what about Cody Hagan? And will this lap traffic affect anyone else? And Saunders, he's closing. Here comes Elder Mills. Here comes Kevin Saunders. Cameron Gallatin, he's going to get held up. Abe Troxel is not. Austin Kennedy gets by. Oh, here we go! Kendall Minor is holding up Dean Orton. Here comes Ian Saunders to the inside. Here comes Kevin Saunders. Elder Mills, can Elder Mills win his first race of the season? Dean Orton, I think his chances of winning this race have now just plummeted. But I lie. My apologies, everyone. The 10-minute time limit stopped. Anyway, here we go. We have not missed a thing. Here we go. Here comes Kevin Saunders to the inside of Ian Saunders. The Joe Gibbs teammates battle side by side. Here comes Abe Troxel. Here comes Elder Mills. Kevin Saunders will be able to take the lead. And look at this behind them. We have Cameron Collins and Dean Orton. Can they do anything? Kevin Saunders is leading, but look at this. Oh no, not good, not good, not good. Elton Mills into Cameron. Oh, there we go. There goes Abe Troxell around. Abe Troxell sideways. Or here. He gets back going. Oh, it's the back of Garrettson, hard into the outside wall. Almost into Jacob Reed. Oh my goodness. Abe Troxell, what could have been a great day, a possible win, has just gone down the drain fast. And now, every single driver that entered this race in the title hunt has had trouble. Yeah, I think that'll definitely hurt Abe Troxell. And it looks like that, when that happened, the caution did come out, and the thing is, they just took the caution, and because there's not enough time to get a restart, unless he has a problem, Kevin Saunders will win this race. But man, what a day it is going to be in the point standings, and we're just going to see here. Abe Troxell, yeah, that is definitely a lot of damage. It looks like Garrettson is going to follow him. So overall, not the best day for Roush Family Racing. I mean, I think Cameron Collins is going to get a top, I think, like 7 or 6. But man, Abe Troxell. Yeah, it looks like that. Okay, so he's heading down to pit road, and he will DNF. So Abe Troxell, even though his chances for the title, I wouldn't say. I don't think that they have just been taken away, but to me now it's not as likely of a chance that he will win this championship. And now when I look at things, Carter Sinclair, he finished 12th, and so overall, he did get involved in that first wreck, but was able to avoid every other wreck. Ariane Parks finished 17th, so I think Ariane Parks is going to be our points leader. And Carter Sinclair, I think it's still going to be a long way to go for Carter Sinclair, but Carter Sinclair, he did close in the gap, and I think that because drivers like Abe Troxell and Cody Hagan finished in front of Buchanan, they're also going to make slight gains, slight gains, not big gains, like they wanted, like they wanted to, but it is going to be gains. Anyway, I for some reason cannot talk. But anyway, coming to the start finish line, receiving the checker flag, Kevin Saunders is going to win his second career race. And man, what a race. I said in the previous show that could be one of the most exciting or historical races ever, and I think that definitely did happen. But anyway, now let's take a look at our finishing order. So Kevin Saunders, Elton Mills, Ann Saunders, Dean Orton, Pierce Aviano, Cameron Gollinson, Jacob Reed, Isaac Nichols, Biff Kraft, and Alan Souza. And overall, I think many of these drivers that finished high, that finished great. I don't think they started anywhere near that. In fact, I think the driver that had the best start and the best finish was Isaac Nichols. But anyway, so Abe Troxell, he'll finish in the 19th spot, in front of all these drivers that will finish the race one lap down. So it's not going to be as bad, but it still is going to be bad. But look at this. Look at everyone who DNF'd. And thing is, I did a lot of test races, and thing is, in most or all of those test races, we only had maybe like 5 or 7 DNFs. Not like we did not have like 19 DNFs. And we definitely did not have a race where only 18 drivers, less than half of the field, finished on the lead lap. So next week we head to Armory Digital Super Speedway. All 3 series do, and that is the race where we will crown a champion. The truck race under the daytime, the Arch Series under the lights, and this racetrack is definitely a one-of-a-kind racetrack. I really don't think that there's really that many or any other track that is like it on the schedule. So to me, I think that not only because that is the finale, but I think also because of the racetrack, I think you should definitely tune in to watch that race. and and yeah, so that's pretty much all I really have to say. I have a feeling that this race is probably going to be one of, if not the longest race I've ever recorded due to all the cautions, all the instant replays, etc. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and bye. Congrats to Kevin Saunders.